So I've been enjoying some new hobbies and some time away from the internet as of lately. Damn good. I made that. That is alcoholic hard cider, right? Super easy. One of my new hobbies that I'm really enjoying. Welcome back to episode 3 of the T2Support podcast, by the way. It's been a little bit. I haven't been around as of late. I think I haven't posted anything in a couple weeks now. And the reason for that is because I am just burned out. Not from YouTube in general or anything in particular, but just in general, right? It is a weird time for me. Just burned out with work, burned out with life. You know what I mean? So as a coping mechanism, I've been searching for other jobs, other employment opportunities, as well as diving into other hobbies. Now, I mentioned a little while ago on the channel that this channel, I wanted to shift some focus, right? It's just not feasible for a small creator such as myself to get their hands on the latest and greatest things. For example, I got an email a few days ago from Best Buy, right? The ROG Ally released $750 after tax. I was going to go buy one. But then I thought, okay, well, how much am I going to use it? Right? How much am I going to use it? Maybe I'd get a YouTube video or two out of it. Either way, the channel doesn't make enough money to justify that kind of purchase, right? And while it would be super cool to play with, I already have a laptop. I already have, I don't really need that sort of thing. So I wanted to focus more towards tech news, still some reviews and unboxings, but also add a little gaming in there. And today's show is mostly gaming related, right? Over my hiatus, the last 2 weeks of not uploading anything and drinking way too much alcoholic beverages and not way too much. That was a joke. And playing some video games. I've mostly been playing Diablo 4. Okay. Diablo 4 released on June 6th. And the week prior to that was the last time I uploaded a video. Now I've been grinding that, right? And I'm loving it. Obviously, it has its, there's some things that need some work. Some things that need to be tweaked, experience gains, things like that. The end game doesn't really seem to have a lot to do at the moment besides nightmare dungeons, which running those over and over and over again gets kind of boring. I am loving the PvP. If I'm not running nightmare dungeons, you can catch me in the fields of hatred, and I will absolutely stomp on your ass. Maybe, depending on your level. Playing a sorceress, level 63 right now, I believe. And just having all around pretty good fun time with the game. Like I said, there's some things that need to be fixed, things that need to be changed. Of course, season 1 coming around the corner sometime in July, probably. Big updates coming from that. The inventory, the jewels in the inventory are going to have their own inventory slots, so they're not going to be taking up your actual inventory anymore. Solid changes coming, just a ton overall, and it's very good. However, one person that doesn't seem to be having a good time with Diablo 4 is Whoopi Goldberg, or Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is furious at Blizzard at the moment and is demanding a refund for Diablo 4. The reason is not for anything that I listed before. The reason isn't for connectivity issues or anything particularly wrong with the game. So we'll get to that. But what she's mad at, and it's cool that she's a gamer, by the way, but what she's upset about is that she bought Diablo 4 expecting to be able to play it, and it doesn't work. But it doesn't work the way that you would think. She bought it on Mac, and it doesn't work. So she wants her money back. She expressed frustration with Blizzard over Diablo 4's available platforms. Okay, this is nothing new, right? Back in the day when I would play Grand Theft Auto 3 at my buddy's house, and he'd let me borrow the game, I couldn't bring it home and put it into my CD-ROM on my computer. It's just not compatible. It just doesn't work. Same thing here. Just doesn't work. It's not compatible. And Blizzard actually announced that a long time ago. And just to be sure, before the game's initial release on June 3rd, there are articles saying that no, the game is not supported on Mac. The official platforms are PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox, PC. Now, instead of getting all up in arms, she could have simply done a Google search and realized that, oh, there are workarounds to play Diablo 4 on Mac. You need Parallels or Boot Camp with a Windows install, and then you should be able to play it. The M1 and M2 chips, pretty good. Good enough to play it from my understanding. However, that wasn't good enough, and yeah, she says here, I understand that they want me to get this on Xbox, but I want my money back. If you're not going to give me the game, what is happening with this? I feel that I'm nice about it, but a lot of people are upset that they did not get what they were promised. The people that are upset that they did not get what they are promised are upset that they didn't get what they were promised about other things, specific gameplay changes. The very first iteration of any marketing for Diablo 4 always mentioned PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. There's never been Mac tied to that marketing whatsoever. Macs have their place. I firmly believe that MacBooks, Mac iMacs, Mac Minis, they have their place. They're great for video editing, photo manipulation, creative. It's super good for that. When I think about gaming, I don't ever think about Mac, right? I don't. And if you have an Xbox and Mac isn't initially advertised as working or compatible with Mac, why would you buy it on Mac? That's just kind of my 2 cents about it. Obviously, people are upset with Blizzard for certain aspects of Diablo 4. I'm not one of them. I find the game, like I said, very enjoyable. I'm having a blast with it. Just wish there was a little bit more to do in the end game. When the season 1 comes out or seasons start rolling out, we're going to have more stuff to do in the end game because of the battle passes and stuff like that. But yeah, thought it was super interesting, super wild, and super weird that you're all up in arms about buying a video game on a platform that the video game never stated it was compatible with in the first place. God, that is so sweet. If I could sell this, I would. Don't know what the legalities of that are. So yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, super mad at Blizzard. Wants the money back for buying a game on a platform that the game was never compatible with. Actually, not sure why that's news, to be honest. When there is even bigger news out and about, and that being that Twitch's former streaming partner, top streamer XQC, signs a non-exclusivity deal with Kick.com for $100 million. Okay? That is a little less than $3 million more than LeBron makes in his 2-year contracts with the Lakers. Very interesting. So yeah, evidently, Kick revealed that they had stolen Twitch's top streamer XQC with a shocking $100 million non-exclusivity deal. And we've never seen this before. I think the most expensive that we've seen was when Mixer acquired Ninja all them years ago for $50 million. I believe is the number that was being thrown around. $100 million. Jesus. It's so hard to fathom that. What's even harder to fathom is that it's Kick, right? Kick is, or was, supposed to be a joke. Supposed to be something that we all saw and we laughed at because of who's over there. Aiden Ross, people like that. Just absolute jokes of the platform. And gambling, right? It's owned by Stake, right? Which is exactly where people want to know where the money's coming from. Obviously, the casino is where they're getting their money from. The question was, how is Kick affording it? And past that, what even is Kick? Okay. How is it able to do this in addition to offering average streamers dramatically better revenue splits than Twitch at 95 and 5, competing with Twitch's 50-50, now 70-30 if you have at least 350 subscribers over a 3-month period. I believe they just announced that the other day to maybe try to save some face. But yeah, the site is competing with the likes of Amazon-owned Twitch, Google-owned YouTube, and Meta-owned Facebook Gaming, which, as far as I'm concerned or aware, Facebook Gaming isn't a thing anymore. I thought they were shutting that down. Evidently, according to Forbes, nobody's really cracked the code on how to make streaming profitable. However, the CEO of Kick, Ed Craven, the founder of gambling site Stake, though Stake itself reportedly is not partnered/investor in Kick itself. According to their PR, Craven says that Kick will operate at a loss, which is normal for a startup, But the site has attracted controversy for attracting streamers kicked off of YouTube and Google for hate speech or toxicity, including the most famous Andrew Tate, acolyte Aiden Ross, like I mentioned. So the theory, and I don't think anybody's surprised because I'm certainly not, is that there is enough money in gambling to fund Kick for a period of time, but even still, the current revenue splits and $100 million contract are certain to raise a lot of eyebrows. Now, I think Ludwig mentioned this on an episode of Mogul Mail the other day, that what did he say? Stake brought in like $2.6 billion this year already. That's how they're going to afford $100 million contracts, 95.5 revenue splits. I think they also mentioned something else too, along the lines of they're even looking at paying all streamers an hourly rate, like an hourly pay, which is unheard of, absolutely crazy. And I don't know how they would ever be able to do that. Obviously, Stake makes a lot of money, but also probably costs a lot of money to run, I would venture to guess, which is wild to me. But yeah, they're talking about an hour, whether you have 1 or 100,000 viewers, it doesn't matter. Every creator would be eligible to earn an hourly pay while streaming on Kick. And that kind of piqued my interest in Kick a little bit, especially with everything that goes on at Twitch. The last few, bro, I have Prime Gaming, dude. I haven't logged into Twitch. I think I logged into Twitch last week to get a couple Diablo cosmetics. Besides that, I haven't logged into Twitch in months. It is a shit show over there, right? And so that begs the question, is Twitch going back to the 70-30 split to save face with its creators, simply for the sake of doing it? Or is Kick actually doing something? It's pretty crazy and only time will tell. But the fact that streamers are making as much money as NBA professionals, the top paid payer, the top paid player in the NBA, LeBron James, $97.1 million for a 2-year contract. XQC's Kick non-exclusivity deal. He can still stream on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch if he wanted to. His primary form of content needs to be on Kick, though. Non-exclusivity, $100 million. LeBron gets locked into a contract to play for one team for 2 years. If he doesn't do it, he doesn't get the money. XQC gets locked in to stream anywhere he wants as long as Kick is the main hub for his content. Makes $100 million. That's insane. And you want to know what else is insane? A couple days ago, a new game released to Steam. I've been playing it a little bit with a buddy of mine. It is called Battlebit Remastered, and it is now currently the top-selling game on Steam right now. Offers 254 player servers, and it is a game kind of like Minecraft meets Battlefield, right? I've seen some articles out there talking about how, this Call of Duty competitor is nothing like Call of Duty. It's more like Battlefield, in my opinion. The time to kill, all that stuff. Available now on Steam, $15. And with that, you can play like 3 different game modes. You can do 32v32, 64v64, or 132x132, something like that. Big battles, huge maps. The whole maps are just everything in the map is destructible. Levolution, things like that. Me and my boy were sitting on this tower earlier, sniping people, and we were up there for like 20 minutes. The games are super long. But we were up there for like 20 minutes, and eventually the other team got so mad at us that they used rocket launchers and tanks to destroy the building, just take the building out fully, which ended up killing us. But absolutely some of the most fun that I've ever had in the game. Not only that, there is voice over IP or VoIP, proximity. You could do different kinds of chats, but the proximity chats, some of the funniest interactions and things I have ever heard coming from that. And it doesn't seem to be super toxic, at least. So there's that. But yeah, the game itself, absolutely super, super fun. And it's $15 right now, made by 4 people. I think it took something like 7 years or something like that, but it was made by 4 people. It launched, plays smooth, runs great, looks good, hardly any bugs that I've seen. It's just a working title for $15. What happened that 4 people can make a game? It is low poly resolution. It's, it doesn't look amazing. But it plays amazing. It feels great, and the gameplay is fun and fresh, and I like it. 4 people made that, sold it for $15 a copy. Why is Diablo IV $70? Okay. And I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, Diablo IV wasn't finished, because out of a lot of the games that we've seen over the last, I don't know, 6 months, a year, 2 years, Diablo IV is probably one of the most finished, polished titles that has been released to this point, right? Take a look at Lord of the Rings Gollum, right? What was that? Yeah, you know what I mean? Jedi Survivor. 4090s were on their knees crying, begging you to close the game. Insane. So many games lately come out and they just don't work, right? Or they have issues, or something's not finished, or something. And 4 people band together and said, you know what? We want to make a game like Battlefield with like 150 more people in a match. Crazy numbers to have in a server. And we're just not going to have like any lag. We're not going to have any bugs or any glitches or the servers aren't going to be super stressed. Nothing like that. Unheard of, right? The AAA game developer should take a lesson from the people that made Battlebit Remastered, as it is a smash out hit, obviously. According to Steam, the top selling game on Steam right now is a game made by 4 people. Bananas. 4 people in a game that launched not in a buggy, messy state. Absolutely crazy. And yeah, man, I don't know. That's pretty much all that I have for this week. Yeah, I just, for the real ones, right? The ones that are still around, the ones that are here. I just wanted to say thank you for continuing to watch the content. Somehow, even though I haven't uploaded anything in 2 weeks, we're still averaging like 30 views an hour, which is incredible to me, right? It's banana bonkers. Thinking about doing some gaming stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, tech is really hard right now. It's really hard. And I hope the people that, come to every video and watch every video and comment on every video don't hate me for considering to add that kind of stuff to the channel. Because frankly, that's just what I love to do, and I love tech. It's my everyday life. But I think that's part of the problem that I'm having. I'm having this roadblock, right? That I do this all day. I don't really want to spend my weekend doing it too. You know what I mean? Or my evenings or anything like that. I'm just so burnt out, man. Just with everything, I'm just burnt out. I'm done with work, and then I just don't want to do anything. Like even the last week, playing Diablo was hard some nights. Like I had to wait for the boys to get on to do some PvP because I just didn't want to hop on by myself. It's kind of one of those like depressive kind of states where it's just like, oh man, like I thought I was destined for something better than this, right? And the issue stems from what we have to do in the job, right? It's kind of really dumb. It's like we have to time track everything, right? So when you're there, if you're working for 8 hours, you have to track 8 hours of your day. Anything that you do, anytime, no matter what, you have to track the time. If your time tracking or timesheet doesn't at least have 8 hours a day, you get in trouble. There's problems, right? Which is not too hard to do. It's just the fact that you have to do it, man. I come from a job where I was salaried, didn't have to track time, Ultimately, I really, really miss that job, but it is what it is. And then you have to close an average of 6 a day, which I like to think that I know enough, but lately it just seems like there's a lot out on the board for tickets and issues that I just have no idea. So finding 6 a day to do is just, it's gotten hard, right? And it weighs on me. So I hope you can understand that. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but I just hope that you can understand that the reason that the content has been slow for those that are, I know we're still super, super small YouTube channel. So, who am I even talking to? But the reason that the content rollout has been so slow or buggy or whatever is just because I've been slow. I've been buggy. I've been burnt out. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I don't want to schedule anything. I want to put this out, these videos out when I put them out. And hopefully we can get back to feeling like our old selves. Start uploading some more content, right? That's where I'm going to end this one, guys. So thank you for stopping by as always. If you want anything read on the show or, just something mentioned, you can go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments down below. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.